My name is Nora. I am 28 years old. I live in a small apartment in the city. The apartment has one bedroom and one small kitchen. I live alone. Every day is the same for me. I wake up at 6 in the morning. I take a shower and eat breakfast. I drink coffee and eat toast. Then I go to work. I work at a big company. I sit at my desk all day. I work with numbers and papers. At 5, I go home. I cook dinner for one person. I eat alone at my small table. I watch TV for 1 hour. Then I go to bed. I feel lonely most days. I have no boyfriend. I have no husband. My parents live far away. I call them once a week. They always ask the same question. They ask when I will get married. I always say I don't know. I work hard at my job. Work keeps me busy. But work is not enough. I want more in my life. I want someone to love me. I want someone to talk to at night. I want to cook for 2 people, not 1. I want a family one day. I want children to play in my apartment. I want noise and laughter, not silence. Sometimes I go to the park on weekends. I see families there. Mothers push children on swings. Fathers play ball with their sons. Couples walk and hold hands. I sit on a bench and watch. I feel happy for them, but I also feel sad for myself. My friend Tess works with me. She tells me to go out more. She says, I need to meet people, but I am shy. I don't like bars or clubs. I don't know how to talk to new people, so I stay home most nights. I tell myself things will change. Maybe next year will be different. Maybe I will meet someone special. Maybe my life will have more color. But for now, my days are gray. Work, eat, sleep, and repeat. This is my quiet life. The company where I work is very big. There are 5 floors in the building. Many people work here. Everyone walks fast and looks serious. The office is always busy. Phones ring all day. People type on computers. Everyone wears nice clothes. I work in the finance department. There are 20 people in my department. We all sit in one big room. Our desks are in rows. We work with numbers every day. We check reports and make spreadsheets. One Monday morning, everything changed. The big boss came to our floor. His name is Mark. He is about 40 years old. He is tall and wears dark suits. His hair is black with some gray. He looks very serious all the time. Mark is the head of our whole department. Everyone respects him. When he walks in, people stop talking. They sit up straight. They work harder. He has his own big office on the top floor. He doesn't come down often. That Monday, he came to introduce himself. I was new then. I started working only 2 weeks before. He walked to each desk. He shook hands with everyone. When he came to my desk, I felt very nervous. My hands started to shake. You must be Nora, he said. His voice was deep and calm. Welcome to the company. I tried to speak, but my voice was quiet. Thank you, Mr. Mark, I said. He looked at me for a moment. His eyes were dark brown. His face showed no emotion. He looked cold, but not mean. He nodded and moved to the next desk. I watched him talk to others. He knew everyone's name. He asked short questions. He listened to answers. He was professional with everyone. People seemed afraid of him, but they also respected him very much. After he left, Tess came to my desk. That was Mark, she said. He never smiles, but he is fair. He is a good boss if you work hard. I thought about him all day. His handshake was firm. His eyes were serious but not unkind. I wanted to do good work. I wanted him to think I was a good worker. This was my first real job. I needed to keep it. After that first meeting, I worked very hard. I came to work early every day. I stayed late too. I checked my work 3 times. I wanted no mistakes. I wanted Mark to see I was good at my job. For 3 months, I never saw him. He stayed in his office upstairs. But I knew he read our reports. He checked everything we did. Sometimes he sent emails with questions. His emails were always short and direct. One day, I worked on a big report. It was about company spending. I found a mistake in last year's numbers. It was a big mistake. Someone forgot to add 3 accounts. I fixed the mistake. I made a new report. I stayed until 9 at night to finish it. The next morning, Mark came to our floor. He walked straight to my desk. Everyone watched. I felt scared. Did I do something wrong? Nora, he said. You found the error in the report. Yes, sir, I said. My voice was small. Good job, he said. Not many people would see that. Those 2 words changed everything. Good job. No one ever said that to me at work. I felt proud for the first time. I felt seen. He saw my hard work. He noticed me. He started to leave but then stopped. He turned back to me. For 1 second, I saw something on his face. It was very small. The corner of his mouth moved up. It was almost a smile. Then it was gone. He walked away. Tess came over right away. He never says good job, she said. You must be special. I didn't feel special, but I felt happy. That night, I didn't feel lonely. I thought about his words, good job. I thought about that tiny smile. It gave me hope. Maybe I could do well here. Maybe I could make something of myself. From that day, I worked even harder. I wanted to hear those words again. I wanted to see that almost smile. It became my goal. Make Mark proud. Do good work. Be the best worker I could be. 2 months passed. I felt good about my work. I was faster with reports now. I made friends in the office. But I was still careful. I still worked very hard. Then one Friday, I made a mistake. It was a stupid mistake. I sent an email to the wrong person. The email had private information about money. I sent it to a client instead of my manager. As soon as I pressed send, I knew. My stomach felt sick. The client called Mark right away. Mark called me to his office. I had to go to the top floor. My legs shook as I walked. Everyone watched me go. They all knew something was wrong. Mark's office was big and quiet. He sat behind a large desk. There were big windows behind him. The city looked small from up there. He pointed to a chair. I sat down. You sent confidential information to a client, he said. Yes, sir. I'm very sorry. My eyes filled with tears. It was a mistake. This is serious, Nora. His voice was calm but firm. This could hurt the company. I thought he would fire me. I was ready to pack my desk. I looked at my hands. They were shaking. A tear fell on my skirt. But then Mark did something unexpected. He stood up and got me a tissue. He handed it to me gently. Then he sat on the edge of his desk, closer to me. Everyone makes mistakes, he said. His voice was softer now. The important thing is to learn. He spent 30 minutes teaching me. He showed me how to check emails. He taught me a system to avoid mistakes. He was patient and kind. He didn't shout or get angry. I made the same mistake once, he said. My boss was not so understanding. I looked up at him. For the first time, he seemed human, not just a boss, but a person who understood mistakes, a person who knew how it felt to be scared. Thank you for teaching me, I said. It won't happen again. I know it won't, he said. You're a good worker, Nora. I left his office feeling different. I wasn't fired. He helped me instead. He was kind when he could be mean. I saw another side of Mark that day. Under the serious face was a kind heart. After the email mistake, things changed between Mark and me. He came to our floor more often. Sometimes he stopped at my desk. He asked about my work. The conversations were short but nice. One morning, I arrived early. Only a few people were there. I went to the kitchen to make coffee. Mark was already there. He was making coffee too. Good morning, Nora, he said. You're here early. I like the quiet morning, I said. I can think better. He poured coffee into 2 cups. He handed one to me. How do you take it? He asked. Just milk, please, I said. He added milk to my cup. We stood there for a moment. The office was quiet around us. The morning sun came through the windows. Do you like working here? He asked. Yes, very much, I said. I learn something new every day. That's good, he said. Keep learning. This became our routine. When we both arrived early, we had coffee. We talked about small things. The weather, the news, sometimes work. The conversations were never long, but they were the best part of my day. Mark started to ask about my life. What did I do on weekends? I answered his questions. I asked him some questions too, but he didn't say much about himself. One day, he brought me a book. You might like this, he said. It's about finance, but easy to read. I took the book home. I read it that weekend. It was interesting. The next week, we talked about it. He smiled when I told him my thoughts. A real smile this time. Tess noticed the change. Mark likes you, she said one day. He's just being nice, I said. But my face turned red. I started to look forward to work, not just for the job, but to see Mark, to have our morning coffee, to see his small smiles. My days were brighter now. The gray was turning to color. But I was careful. He was my boss. I couldn't have feelings for him. That would be wrong. So I kept my feelings hidden. I enjoyed our friendship. That had to be enough. At night, I couldn't stop thinking about Mark. I lay in bed and remembered our conversations. I thought about his smile. I thought about his kind eyes. I thought about how he helped me when I made mistakes. This was wrong. He was my boss. I was just an employee. There were rules about these things, but my heart didn't care about rules. My heart wanted what it wanted. I tried to stop these feelings. I told myself he was just being friendly. He was a good boss to everyone. I wasn't special. But then I remembered the coffee, the book, the way he looked at me sometimes. One day, Tess and I ate lunch together. She looked at me and asked directly, "Do you like Mark?" "What?" "No," I said too quickly. "He's my boss." "So what?" Tess said. "He's not married. "You're not married." "How do you know he's not married?" I asked. "Everyone knows," Tess said. "His wife left him 2 years ago. He lives alone now." This information stayed in my mind. He was alone, like me. Did he feel lonely too? Did he eat dinner by himself? Did he want more from life? I tried to act normal at work, but it was hard. When Mark came near, my heart beat fast. When he smiled, I felt warm inside. When he said my name, I felt special. I started to dress nicer for work. I wore my best clothes. I fixed my hair carefully. I put on light makeup. I told myself it was for me, but I knew the truth. It was for him. The feelings grew stronger every day. I thought about him all the time. At home, at work, in my dreams. I was falling in love with my boss, and I couldn't stop it, but I never showed it. I kept my feelings secret. I was professional at work. I was friendly, but not too friendly. I was careful with every word because I was afraid he didn't feel the same, afraid I would lose my job, afraid of what people would say. So I lived with my secret. I loved in silence. It was painful, but also sweet. Every day I saw him was a good day. Every smile he gave me was a gift. This was my quiet love story, a story only I knew. One Thursday evening, I was finishing work. Most people have already left. I was typing my last report. Mark came to my desk. "Nora, are you free?" he asked. "I need to talk to you." My heart stopped. Did I do something wrong? Was he going to fire me? I followed him to his office. The building was quiet. The sun was setting outside. We sat in his office, but not at his desk. He had a small sofa near the window. We sat there. The city lights started to turn on below us. "I need to tell you something," he said. He looked nervous. I never saw him nervous before. "Is everything okay?" I asked. He was quiet for a moment. Then he started to talk. 2 years ago, my wife left me. She said I worked too much. She said I didn't know how to love. Maybe she was right. I didn't know what to say, so I just listened. After she left, I just worked more. He continued. I came early. I stayed late. Work was all I had. I thought that was enough. He looked at me then. His eyes were soft. Then you came to work here. You were different. You were kind and worked hard. You were honest and real. My heart was beating so fast. What was he saying? You bring me peace, Nora, he said. When I see you, I feel calm. When we talk, I feel happy. I haven't felt this way in years. He stood up and walked to the window. He looked at the city lights. I know this is strange. I'm your boss. I'm older than you, but I need to ask you something. He turned to face me. His face was serious, but gentle. Will you marry me? The words hung in the air. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. Did he just ask me to marry him? This felt like a dream. I don't understand, I said. My voice was very small. I love you, Nora, he said simply. I want to take care of you. I want to make you happy. Will you be my wife? Joy and fear mixed inside me. Joy because the man I loved me back. Fear because this was too fast, too strange, too complicated. I need time to think, I said. Tears ran down my face. Of course, he said. Take all the time you need. I'll wait. I left his office in a daze. The man I loved wanted to marry me, but he was my boss. Everything would change. Was I ready for this? That night, I couldn't sleep. Mark wanted to marry me. The words played in my mind, again and again. Part of me was so happy, but part of me was scared. He was 13 years older than me. What would people think? He was my boss. Would people say, I married him for money? For a better job? My parents would worry. My friends would ask questions. I called Tess. I told her everything. She listened without interrupting. What should I do? I asked her. What does your heart say? Tess asked. My heart says yes, I said. But my head says it's complicated. Love is always complicated, Tess said. But do you love him? Yes, I said. I love him very much. Then follow your heart, she said. Forget what people think. I thought about Mark all night. I remembered his kindness when I made mistakes. I remembered our morning coffee talks. I remembered the book he gave me. I remembered how he looked at me. I remembered his gentle smile. He was a good man. He was kind and patient. He was honest and fair. Yes, he was older. Yes, he was my boss, but he was also the man I loved. The next morning, I went to his office early. He was there, waiting. He looked tired. Maybe he didn't sleep either. I have an answer, I said. He stood up. His face showed hope and fear. Yes, I said, I will marry you. His face changed. The serious boss disappeared. A happy man stood there instead. He walked to me and took my hands. His hands were warm and strong. I promise to love you, he said. I promise to respect you. I promise to make you happy. I believe you, I said. We decided to keep it quiet at first. We didn't want problems at work, but secrets are hard to keep. People started to whisper. They saw us leave together. They noticed our smiles. I told my parents. They were worried at first. He's too old, my mother said. He's your boss, my father said. Mark came to meet them. He wore his best suit. He brought flowers for my mother. He was respectful and polite. He talked about his plans for our future. He promised to take care of me. Slowly, my parents started to like him. They saw he was a good man. They saw how happy I was. Finally, they gave us their blessing. We got married 3 months later. It was a small wedding. Only family and close friends came. I wore a simple white dress. Mark wore a black suit. The ceremony was in a small church near the city. Tess was my bridesmaid. She cried during the ceremony. My parents sat in the front row. My mother cried too. My father tried not to cry. Mark's brother was his best man. When Mark said I do, his voice was strong and clear. When I said I do, my voice shook a little, but I meant it with all my heart. At work, things were different now. Mark was still my boss there. We kept it professional. He didn't give me special treatment. I worked just as hard as before. Maybe harder, to show I deserved my job. But at home, everything was different. We cooked dinner together. Mark was good at cooking. He taught me how to make pasta. I taught him how to make my mother's soup. We laughed when we made mistakes in the kitchen. We talked for hours at night. Mark told me about his childhood. He told me about his dreams. He told me about his first marriage and why it failed. I told him my stories too. We learned about each other. The whispers at work slowly stopped. People saw we were professional. They saw I still worked hard. They saw Mark was still fair with everyone. Some people were happy for us. Some people still thought it was strange. But we didn't care anymore. My parents visited often. They grew to love Mark. He fixed things in their house. He helped my father with his computer. He listened to my mother's long stories. They started to call him son. Our apartment was full of life now. Music played in the morning. We danced in the kitchen sometimes. We watched movies together on the sofa. We read books in bed. The silence was gone. The loneliness was gone. I felt peace for the first time in my life. I had love. I had a partner. I had a future. The gray days were gone. Every day had color now. Now I look back at my old life. I remember the lonely nights. I remember eating dinner alone. I remember the quiet apartment. I remember feeling invisible. Everything is different now. I'm not alone anymore. I have Mark. We have been married for 1 year now. Every day I love him more. Every day he shows me kindness. I'm different too. I'm not shy anymore. I speak up in meetings. I share my ideas. I know my worth. Mark helped me see it. Love made me braver. I'm also stronger. When people said mean things about our marriage, I didn't break. When work was hard, I didn't give up. When we had our first fight, I didn't run away. I stayed and worked through it. Work is still important to me, but it's not everything. I have balance now. I work hard from 9 to 5. Then I go home to my husband. We have dinner. We talk. We plan our future. We want children soon. My parents are proud of me. They see how happy I am. They see how Mark treats me. They don't worry anymore. They know I made the right choice. Tess is still my friend. She found love too. She met someone at a coffee shop. Now we go on double dates. We laugh about how worried we were. We laugh about how love found us when we weren't looking. Sometimes young women at work ask me for advice. They see my ring. They know my story. I tell them what I learned. I tell them that love doesn't follow rules. It doesn't care about age. It doesn't care about job titles. Love comes when it wants to come. I tell them to be brave. If love knocks on your door, open it. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let other people's opinions stop you. But I also tell them to be smart. Make sure the love is real. Make sure there is respect. Make sure there is kindness. These things matter more than age or money or job titles. Mark and I still have coffee together every morning, but now it's at home. We sit at our kitchen table. We plan our day. We say I love you before we leave. At work, we're professional. At home, we're in love. I think about my old self sometimes. That lonely woman in the small apartment. I want to tell her it gets better. I want to tell her that love will come. I want to tell her to keep working hard and stay kind. Because here's what I learned. Sometimes love is not what you expect. Sometimes it comes from surprising places. Sometimes it looks different than you imagined. I thought love would be young and fun and easy, but my love is older and serious and complicated, and it's perfect for me. Sometimes love is not a plan you make. Sometimes love is a surprise that changes everything. But when real love comes, when true love knocks, It's always worth saying yes. My quiet life is gone. My loud, happy, loving life is here. And I wouldn't change a thing. Today is special. It is our first anniversary. 1 year of marriage. The morning sun comes through our window. I wake up first. Mark is still sleeping. His face looks peaceful. I watch him for a moment. My heart feels full. I get up quietly. I go to the kitchen. I want to make breakfast for him. I make eggs and toast. I make fresh coffee. The smell fills the apartment. I hear Mark moving in the bedroom. He comes to the kitchen. His hair is messy. He smiles at me. "Happy anniversary," he says. His voice is soft. "Happy anniversary," I say back. He walks to me. He puts his arms around me. We stand there together. The morning is quiet. The coffee maker makes small sounds. Birds sing outside. This moment is perfect. "I have something for you," Mark says. He goes to the bedroom. He comes back with a small box. My hands shake a little. I open it. Inside is a silver necklace. It has a small heart. The heart has tiny diamonds. It's beautiful. I say. Tears come to my eyes. "Turn it over," Mark says. I turn the heart. There are words on the back. They say my peace. I remember his proposal. He said I bring him peace. I love it, I say. I love you. Mark helps me put on the necklace. His fingers are gentle on my neck. The necklace feels cool on my skin. I touch the heart. It sits right over my own heart. "I have something for you too," I say. I give him my gift. It is a watch, not expensive, but special. Inside the watch, I put words. They say, "Every second with you." Mark reads the words. His eyes get soft. He puts on the watch. He looks at it. Then he looks at me. "Every second is precious," he says. We eat breakfast together. We don't rush. Today we both took the day off work. No office, no reports, just us. After breakfast, we sit on the sofa. Mark brings out a box. It is full of photos from our year together. "I want to make an album," he says. "Will you help me?" We spread the photos on the table. There are so many memories. Our first photo together at the office party. We stood far apart. We looked nervous. Mark points at it. "I was so scared that day," he says. "Me too," I say. "I thought everyone was watching us." There is a photo from our wedding. We are cutting the cake. Mark has frosting on his nose. I am laughing. My mother took this photo. She said it shows real love. "Your mother cried so much that day," Mark says. "Happy tears," I say. "She loves you now." We find a photo from our honeymoon. We went to the beach for 3 days. In the photo, we sit on the sand. The sun sets behind us. We look tired but happy. "That was our first trip," I say. "The first of many," Mark says. There is a photo of us cooking. Tess took it when she visited. We are making pizza. Flour is everywhere. We are both laughing. The kitchen is a mess. "We are terrible at making pizza," Mark says. "But it was fun," I say. We put the photos in order. Each one tells a story. Each one shows our love growing. The album gets full. Our first year there. All the small moments, all the big ones too. Mark writes under each photo. His handwriting is neat. He writes dates. He writes small notes. First dinner together. Nora's birthday. Sunday morning coffee. I watch him write. His face is focused. He cares about every detail. This is how he shows love. Through small, careful actions. In the afternoon, we go for a walk. The park is near our home. The weather is perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. The sky is blue. White clouds move slowly. We walk on the path. Other couples walk too. Some have children, some have dogs. Everyone looks happy. It is a good day for walking. We pass the bench where I used to sit. I sat there when I was alone. I watched families. I felt lonely. Now I walk here with my husband. Life is strange sometimes. I used to come here, I tell Mark, before we met. What did you do? He asks. Saturday, I watched people. I wished for love. Mark stops walking. He looks at me. And now I have it, I say. We found a quiet spot. We sit on the grass. Mark brought a blanket. We spread it out. The grass smells fresh. The sun feels warm. I lie down. Mark lies next to me. We look at the clouds. That one looks like a rabbit, I say. I point at a cloud. I see a car. Mark says. We play this game. We find shapes in clouds. We laugh at silly ideas. Mark sees a dancing bear. I see a flying fish. Time moves slowly. There is no rush. A butterfly comes near us. It is orange and black. It lands on my hand. Its wings move slowly. Mark watches. He doesn't move. The butterfly stays for a moment. Then it flies away. That was magical, Mark says. Like this whole day, I say. We walk more in the park. Then I see someone familiar. It is an old friend from school. Her name is Anna. I haven't seen her in years. She walks with a man. He must be her husband, Nora. Anna calls out, "Is that you?" We stop. Anna comes over. She looks the same, maybe a little older. Her smile is big. She hugs me. "This is my husband, Paul," she says. "This is my husband, Mark," I say. The men shake hands. Anna looks at Mark. Then she looks at me. I see surprise in her eyes. Mark is older. She notices. "How long are you married?" Anna asks. 1 year today, I say. "It's our anniversary." "How wonderful," Anna says. But her voice sounds strange. We talked for a few minutes. Anna tells me about her life. She has 2 children. She works part-time. She seems happy, but she keeps looking at Mark. She looks confused. Finally, Anna and Paul leave. They walk away. I hear Anna talking to Paul. Her voice is low, but I hear some words. "He's so much older," she says. Mark hears it too. His face changes a little. The happiness fades. I take his hand. I squeeze it tight. "It doesn't matter," I say. "What they think doesn't matter." "I know," Mark says. But he looks sad. "Look at me," I say. He looks. "You are my husband. I chose you. I choose you every day." Mark smiles again. Not fully, but enough. We continue walking. Anna's words float away. They don't belong in our day. We go home in the late afternoon. We want to make a special dinner. We planned the menu yesterday. Chicken with herbs, roasted vegetables, chocolate cake for dessert. Mark starts with the chicken. He adds garlic and rosemary. The smell fills the kitchen. I cut vegetables, carrots, potatoes, peppers. My knife moves steadily. We work side by side. Music plays softly. It is our wedding song. Mark stops cooking. He takes my hand. We dance in the kitchen. Slow and gentle. My head rests on his shoulder. His arms are strong around me. The timer rings. The dance ends. Mark checks the chicken. I put vegetables in the oven. We work like a team. No words needed. We know our rhythm. I make the salad, fresh lettuce and tomatoes. Mark sets the table. He uses our good plates, the ones from our wedding. He lights 2 candles. The flames dance softly. It looks perfect, I say. You look perfect, Mark says. I wear a blue dress. It is Mark's favorite. He wears a nice shirt, no tie. He looks relaxed and handsome. The food is ready. We bring it to the table. Everything smells wonderful. We sit across from each other. The candles make soft light. Mark pour grape juice. We don't drink wine. We clink our glasses. To our first year, Mark says. To many more, I say. We eat slowly. The food is delicious. Mark's chicken is perfect, tender and full of flavor. The vegetables are just right, not too soft, not too hard. Tell me something, Mark says. What was your favorite day this year? I think for a moment. There were many good days. The day you proposed, I say. I was scared, but also so happy. Why scared? Mark asks. Everything was changing. My whole life. It was big. Are you still scared? He asks. No, I say. Now I feel safe. Mark reaches across the table. He takes my hand. His thumb rubs my fingers. Such a small gesture, but full of love. What was your favorite day? I ask him. Our wedding day, he says, when you said yes. In front of everyone. You chose me. I choose you every day, I say. I know, he says. That's a miracle. We talk about the future. We want to travel. Maybe to the mountains. Maybe to another beach. We want to see new places together. Where do you want to go most? Mark asks. Anywhere with you, I say. It sounds simple, but I mean it. I want to show you Paris, Mark says. The lights at night, the small cafes, you would love it. Maybe next year, I say. Maybe, he says. We should start saving. We talk about children too. We both want them. Maybe in a year or two, when we are ready, when we have more money saved. A little girl, I say, with your eyes. A little boy, Mark says, with your smile. Maybe both, I say. Mark laughs. One at a time, please. After dinner, we hear thunder. Rain starts to fall. It gets heavy quickly. Lightning flashes outside. The lights flicker. Then they go out. The apartment is dark. Don't move, Mark says. I'll get candles. I hear him walking carefully. He knows where everything island. He comes back with more candles. He lights them around the room. The apartment glows softly. We sit on the sofa. The rain hits the windows hard. Thunder shakes the building. But inside, we are warm and safe. I love storms, I say. Why? Mark asks. They make me feel cozy. Safe inside. You are safe, Mark says. Always with me. Lightning flashes again. For a second, I see Mark's face clearly. He watches me. His eyes are full of love. The thunder comes, loud and strong. I move closer to Mark, not from fear, from want. I want to be near him. His arm goes around me. I fit perfectly against his side. Tell me about when you were young, I say. Mark tells me stories about his childhood home, about his parents, about his first job. His voice is calm. The storm rages outside, but his voice is my anchor. I was so serious, he says, even as a boy, always working, always planning. And now, I ask, now I know life is more than work. You taught me that. The rain gets softer. The thunder moves away, but we stay close. We don't want to move. This moment is too precious. The storm passes. The lights come back on. But we keep the candles burning. We like the soft light. It makes everything gentle. Can I tell you something? Mark says. His voice is different. Seriously. Of course. I sometimes wake up at night. He says, I look at you sleeping. I can't believe you're real. Why? I ask. I thought I would be alone forever. After my first marriage ended, I thought love was done for me. I touch his face. His cheek is rough. He didn't shave today. I like it. Your first wife was wrong, I say. You know how to love. You show me every day. I was different then, Mark says. Harder, colder. Work was everything. What changed? I ask. You changed me. Or maybe you helped me find who I really am. We are quiet for a moment. The candles flicker. Shadows dance on the walls. I have fears too, I say. Tell me, Mark says. Sometimes I worry. You will get tired of me. I'm young. I'm simple. You're smart and successful. Mark turns to face me fully. His hands hold my face. Gentle but firm. Listen to me, he says. You are not simple. You are pure. You see good in everything, everyone, even in me. That's easy, I say. You are good. I'm better with you, he says. We sit in silence again. Good silence. The kind where words aren't needed. The clock ticks. Time passes, but we don't notice. I have one more gift, Mark says. He goes to our bedroom. He brings back an envelope. It looks old. What is it? I ask. Open it, he says. Inside is a letter, Mark's handwriting. But the paper looks old, worn at the edges. Read it, Mark says. I start to read out loud. Today I met someone new at work. Her name is Nora. She is young and shy, but she works hard. She reminds me that good people exist. I don't know why I'm writing this. Maybe because today felt important. Maybe because when she smiled, something in me woke up, something I thought was dead. I look at Mark. My eyes are wet with tears. You wrote this? I ask. The day we met, he says. I went home. I had to write it down. I didn't understand why then. And now, I ask. Now I know. My heart knew before my head. It knew you were special. I hold the letter carefully. This is a treasure, proof that our love started from the beginning, even when we didn't know it. I have something to tell you too, I say. I go to my drawer. I pull out a small notebook. I give it to Mark. "What's this?" he asks. "My diary." "Read the marked page." Mark opens it. He reads silently. I know what it says. I wrote it the day he said good job to me. My boss noticed me today. He said I did good work. When he left, I wanted to cry. Happy tears. No one ever saw me before. Not really, but he sees me. I think I could love a man like that. Mark closes the notebook. He looks at me. His eyes are shiny. "We were both writing about each other," he says. "We were both falling in love," I say. "And we didn't even know it," he says. We laugh, soft and happy. Life is funny sometimes. Love finds its way, even when we try to hide it. It is getting late. It's almost midnight. Our anniversary is almost over. We stand on our small balcony. The city sleeps below us. Lights twinkle like stars. "Thank you," I say to Mark. "For what?" he asks. "For choosing me, for loving me, for this life. I should thank you." Mark says, "You saved me." "From what?" I ask. "From being half alive, from empty days, from loneliness." A cool breeze blows. I shiver a little. Mark puts his jacket around my shoulders. It smells like him, safe and warm. "Make me a promise," I say. "Anything," Mark says. "Promise we'll always talk, even when it's hard. Even when we're angry." "I promise," Mark says. "Now you promise me something?" "What?" I ask. "Promise you'll always be yourself. Don't change for me, or for anyone. I promise," I say. We go back inside. The apartment is our whole world right now. These rooms hold our love, our memories, our future. Mark yawns. He looks tired but happy. We clear the dinner dishes together. We blow out the candles. Smoke curls up and disappears. In our bedroom, I take off the necklace. I put it carefully in its box. I will wear it on special days to remember this day. Every day is special, Mark says. He reads my thoughts sometimes. But today was extra special, I say. We get ready for bed. Simple actions, brushing teeth, changing clothes. But doing them together makes them precious. In bed, we lie facing each other. The room is dark, but I can see Mark's outline. I know his face by heart now. Every line, every expression. "Are you happy?" Mark asks. His voice is soft in the darkness. "More than happy," I say. "Complete." "That's the perfect word," he says. Complete. I think about my life before. The lonely apartment, the silent dinners, the empty weekends. It feels like someone else's life now. A sad movie I once watched. "Do you ever miss being alone?" I ask Mark. "Never," he says quickly. "Do you?" "No, but sometimes I can't believe this is real. Us, this life. It's real," Mark says. He takes my hand. He puts it on his chest. I feel his heart beating, steady and strong. "Feel that?" he asks. "That's real. That's yours." We are quiet. Sleep is coming. "But I don't want this day to end, Nora," Mark says. "Yes, this is just the beginning. Year one of many." "How many?" I ask. "All of them. Every year I have left." "That's a good number," I say. Mark pulls me close. My head finds its place on his shoulder. His arms wrap around me. I am home, I love you, I whisper. I love you too, he whispers back. Sleep comes slowly. I will fight it. I want to remember everything. The feeling of Mark beside me, the sound of his breathing, the warmth of our bed, the peace in my heart. Tomorrow is a new day. We will go back to work, back to normal life, but it won't be the same normal as before, because now we have this love, this marriage, this promise of forever. My eyes close. The last thing I think is this. Sometimes life surprises you. Sometimes a regular day at work changes everything. Sometimes your boss becomes your husband. Sometimes loneliness becomes love. And sometimes, just sometimes, you get exactly what you wished for, even if it looks different than you imagined. Our first anniversary is over, but our story continues. Every morning, every coffee, every smile, every quiet moment, every busy day, every peaceful night. This is our love story. Simple, real, ours. And it's only just beginning.